Hi everyone, this is Nathan, back with my brother Noah. We're here just to have a look at the Final Fantasy XVI website, which has just been, uploaded and published by Square Enix. So let's have a look at what's on here. We're just going to do a brief look into the website, and then at a later date in later videos, then we'll go into the different sections that we'll see further down. So straight away, what's your reaction when seeing this splash page, Noah?
I think it looks amazing. I think the art is really good. The character design is really well done. Got little V-necks at top. Got Ifrit at the bottom. Got the main character in the centre. I think his design is really good. Because at first, in the first trailer, I was unsure. Because I didn't see a lot of stuff. We just saw his face, but now his whole body,
Yeah, exactly. And for those of you who haven't seen it, we did do a reaction, or I did do a reaction to the Final Fantasy 16 announcement, so you can check that out on our website, and I'll link that on our YouTube channel, and I'll link that in the cards above. But I was not impressed by his character design. But here, seeing his adult character design, because of course there is a time skip in it, here seeing his adult character design, looking at the weapon, looking at his arm, looking at just the shoulder armor, this is really good. This is looking really good. And of course it's got that darker theme in comparison, but it's still got that undoubtedly Final Fantasy feel. And it does have an echo of 14, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when you think of like Shadowbringers and all the artwork that supported that.
And all the images behind like the city. Yeah.
And we've got this theme here that seems to be running through. We heard it, or we saw it in the announcement trailer. The legacy of the crystals has shaped our history for long enough. So we're definitely going to see, rather than protecting the crystals, there might be a focus on destroying the crystals. Sort of in a similar way to even Final Fantasy 13 sort of slightly had that theme as well, isn't it? And 15. So it seems to be that they're flipping it rather than saving, we're now destroying these days. So continuing down, this is the Awakening trailer. I'm not going to click it because of course we're familiar with the Awakening trailer. We've all seen it multiple times if we're Final Fantasy fans. So it's the same one that was at the PlayStation 5 announcement. And then we scroll down to the world. Now, this piece of artwork is amazing. It's been a long time since I've seen this sort of type of design from a mainline Final Fantasy series. I mean, this reminds me straight away. It just makes me think back to what
I was going to say 14.
I was thinking 12.
Oh, yeah, 12.
When I think of like Rabanasta and artworks with that, or Arcadia, so this is a water-based town, much like Ortisha. But massive crystal in the background, sort of like Bijerba from Final Fantasy 12. Yeah, it has that sort of vibe to it. But we've got our structures which which don't look like they'd be physically possible to make, which is nice. We'll click on that in a minute. But let's go down. We've then got the character section. Whoops, which I didn't mean to click on, but I just clicked on. Let me back up. So we have the character section, and we've got some of the concept art for the main character, and for
what's that Prince? What's his name?
Yeah, the Archduke's son. We'll go into who they are later on. And yeah, that's all I've got at the moment. And within those sections, they actually haven't got that much. The world one is probably the section with the most information. And like I said, although we're going to click on it in a minute, we'll go into a lot more detail in a later video. So, message from the developers. Here we've got just a little note from Naoki Yoshida, where he basically just says, we've been working on this for a while, and we've got a full team now, and they're working on it like round the clock to get you something big, and we're going to have a very big reveal in 2021, which of course he mentioned in the interview. So no real new information here. And then we also got some stuff from the director Hiroshi Takai, and it's basically just him fanboying a little bit and saying that he wanted to work on Final Fantasy when he was younger. Now he gets to work on it. He's worked on it since Final Fantasy 5. So nothing real new here. But one thing that they're both saying is that what's coming in Final Fantasy 16 is going to be something that we haven't seen before. Which I don't know how you feel.
We've already seen the change, because like this is the proper first Final Fantasy that has showed proper blood and everything. Like you saw bits of it in other ones, but this is straight.
True. Yeah.
I think the feel about it is different from the others. Like a lot of them are like light-hearted. I say more not brighter, but they're not as dark as this one's looking.
They feel very controlled.
Yeah.
15 was the first one to have a proper hint of darkness in it.
Yeah.
And even then, we feel like people felt like they cut a lot out in the actual thing, because there was mention of a lot of darkness around Luna Freya's story. But the final one, of course, that was all chopped out.
Yeah.
So, you know, this one looks like it's not holding back. They're going to give the fans what they want, I guess. At the bottom, we of course got the social media section, and they're still endorsing the fact that they are a PS5 game, even though I know there's a lot of dispute about that, how long they're going to be a PS5 exclusive for and all that sort of stuff.
I swear it said it's going to be on PC. So it's a console exclusive. We know that. So it's definitely not going to be on Xbox. But it says, but we don't know if when it's going to be available on PC.
Alright.
I think it's like, is Remake like that?
Ooh,
is it a console exclusive? Is it a console timed exclusive?
I think so. Yeah.
It will never be on Xbox. Or?
I don't know. I'd have to look into that. You'd have to let us know in the comments, guys, if you do know. All right, let's pop into some of these sections. So we'll start off with the world. So we'll click on that. Unfortunately, that's the only view that we get of that piece of concept art. We've got a new one which was seen from a while back here. So it's another city. Now, we now know that this area, whether it's a whole planet or whether it's just a sort of area within a planet, is called Valisthea, and it's a land blessed in the light of the mother crystals. Now, this mother crystal system, because I've had a look at it, I know you haven't, Noah, but I've had a look at this website before. This mother crystal system is actually pretty cool. I'll go further into it in another video, but as we look at the sections below, you understand how it works. So it says here, the land of Valisthea is studded with mother crystals, glittering mountains of crystal that tower over the realms around them, blessing them with ether. For generations, people have flocked to these beacons to take advantage of their blessings, using the ether to conjure up magics that let them live lives of comfort and plenty. Great powers have grown up around each mother crystal, and an uneasy peace has long reigned between them. Yet now the peace falters as the spread of the blight threatens to destroy their dominions.
Reminds me a bit of like 4 and 15.
Well, the original versus where each nation was supposed to have their own crystal, and basically they'd all used up theirs apart from Noctis' place. But with this, the thing with Ether now, my guess is that we might have AP as opposed to MP now. We might have AP because Ether seems to be the thing which is powering our powers. And we've also got this thing about the blight.
That's why I said 15.
So you think it's going to be sort of like the Star Scourge?
Yeah.
Potentially.
I don't know.
And of course, we've also got the fact that there's loads of different nations now. Because we did say there were at least 3. We knew that from the first one. But now, as we scroll down, we figure out that there are 6. All right?
Ooh, this is a big...
Yep. And we even got a map in the background. So looking at the size of it, to me, it looks like 2 continents or 1 mega continent. I think there might be a little join here in the middle. Can't tell.
No, I think it's 2 continents.
You think it's 2 major continents?
And then there's a little island.
And a little island. Further down, you find out who's on that island and how it works. You can also see the crystals on here. Look, here's one. And here's one. And here's one. And here's one. And here's one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 crystals. Okay. So we also get
6 nations.
Yeah. You'll see how that works later on. We also get this little section on icons and their dominance. So the icons are the most powerful and deadly creatures in Valisthea. Each resides within a dominant, a single man or woman who is blessed with the ability to call upon their dread power. In some nations, these dominants are treated as royalty in admiration of this strength. In others, they are bound in fear of it and forced to serve as weapons of war. Those who are born as dominants cannot escape their fate, however cruel it may be. Slightly reminds me of my own comic, but let's not go into that. It also reminds me a lot of Attack on Titan, where people randomly turn up with the power, and they can have I know in Attack on Titan it can be passed on. In this, when that person dies, it just goes to another person.
I'm trying to think of something.
Yeah. Either way, we will, like I said, we will do more videos going into each of these sections. So we will have another video on how icons and their dominance work and looking at some of the characters. But look at how the breakdown works off how the crystals work with each country. So each of these 6 countries, so we've got Rosaria, Sembrake, Welloed, Dalmekian, the Iron Kingdom, and the Crystalline Dominion. Those are 6 nations.
Yeah, I remember hearing Rosario.
Rosaria is in Final Fantasy 12.
Oh.
One of the Evilist nations is called Rosaria. So there's a reuse of that one. I think it was a Z though instead of an S, I can't remember. But look how the breakdown is. I'm not going to read through each of these sections, but I'll just give you a little summary. So for Rosaria, it's in the west of Valisthea, and it actually draws its ether from Drake's Breath, which is a mother crystal which is located on this island down here, the one on the left.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on the west. Now, what's interesting about this is the one that the main character's from. What's interesting about this is that if I just jump ahead to the Iron Kingdom, they draw that power from Drake's Breath as well. So Drake's Breath is actually on that island, but its effect is so large, or its range is so large, that it actually allows Rosaria to get powers as well from it, which is pretty cool. Only thing is, and I'm going to jump down to Iron Kingdom again, Iron Kingdom hate dominance and think that it's a really bad power. So what you find is that in Rosaria, the icon of fire, the Phoenix, becomes the Archduke. They rule the nation, but
they get executed in the
Iron Kingdom. They get executed, which is really interesting. And like I said, it's sort of like Attack on Titan, where if they pop up there, they kill them, then they have a chance of popping up somewhere else. Okay. Although, interestingly, and we'll come into this later, they had a very good idea that the main character or his brother were going to become the icon. So I don't know how exactly that works, whether it's how it's passed on. Alright, the next nation, the Holy Empire of Sembrek. This one is a religious one. They have a Holy Emperor, and for them, they're dominant, and I've blocked out the name, what type of dominance they have. All we know is that Phoenix is there, and Titan is down here in Dalmekia. But for Sembrek, which has an unknown
where is it located?
Icon. This one is built around Drake's head, so that's that mother crystal, and it doesn't say where it actually sits, but they're very religious. Welloed, see, they are built around Drake's spine. I don't know if you're starting to see a bit of a what's it called, trend here.
Yeah.
All right, and for them, they seem to be a very warrior and military base city, because they have to basically defend the entire realm against beastmen and orcs. And then we have the Dalmekian Republic, which from their name sounds like they're gonna they might have a slightly more technological lean, sort of like the Iron Kingdom might, but who knows. They use Drake's Fang, and they are in the southern part of Valisthea. Titan is our icon, and for them, their icon is a advisor. Iron Kingdom we already spoke about. They also have their own language, which I like. I think that's very cool. You use Drake's Breath, and Crystalline Dominion sound very much like Sembrek, where they're very religious, and they're built around Drake's tail. Alright, they're in the middle, by the sounds of it, and everybody sort of uses their land as a sort of war zone. Which European country was like that? Was it
Belgium?
Belgium, yeah, during the World Wars, where everyone just sort of walks over them during wartime, because they're in the middle.
Right.
So what's your initial response to these nations?
I think it's the most. Is it the most nations we've had?
It is,
because like we have cities
within one game.
Yeah, but these are nations. I think this is gonna be a large game.
Yeah.
I think it might be open world as well.
Yeah. I'm still thinking that it might be a bit more like 12, where certain zones within each section you can go to, which works for me. It's still technically open world, but it's a bit more controlled and not too expensive.
Mind.
Yeah, I don't mind
the story's there.
I like that within the flags you got hints.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I was gonna say, is this gonna be Shiva? Or wait, go down.
There's a reason why this may not be Shiva, and I'll show you on the character.
Wait,
Run.
Is that my guy Valisthea?
Valisthea, no. I see Ixion.
Ixion,
I see Ixion.
I said the wrong name.
Alright, and then on this first one, clearly Phoenix.
Yeah.
This one is Titan, we know.
Yeah.
This one, it gets it from the same one as
Ifrit.
As theirs, yeah, so I'm assuming that they would get Phoenix ones as well. Or I'm also assuming that Ifrit might come from there too.
Yeah.
So this last one
has all the different ones inside.
Yeah, because what they say is that as part of the peace treaty, the islands around Drake's Tower became an autonomous dominion led by a council of representatives. So the nation there is sort of ruled by all the other nations.
Okay.
With a council between them all. So it's all of the other nations combined rule that, essentially. So I have no idea what's going to come out of there.
I said no dominant makes their home there, though, at the end.
Oh, did they say that?
Yeah.
But if it's got a crystal there, then it must produce one. So we'll have to see what that does. So that's that for the nations. Now we get a better picture of this when we look at the characters too. So let's just jump across to the characters. Our main character's name is Clive Rossfield. To me, straight away, I feel like they're trying to make us think of Cloud. Literally, because visually, Clive does look like Cloud to me. The same way that lightning made you think of Cloud automatically, I think that they are trying to visually with it.
One of the most iconic game characters, though.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. Don't like the name.
I don't like name either.
Don't like the name.
I like not having real names for names. Clive is a standard name. We hear loads of people with it. But yeah, here we've got some concept art of him when he's younger. It says here that he's the firstborn son of the Archduke of Rosaria. Though all expected him to inherit the Phoenix's flames and awaken as its dominant, Destiny instead chose his younger brother, Joshua, to bear this burden. In search of a role of his own, Clive dedicated himself to mastering the blade. His practice pays off when, at just 15 years of age, he wins the Ducal tournament and is dubbed the first shield of Rosaria, tasked to guard the Phoenix and blessed with the ability to wield a part of its fire. Alas, Clive's promising career is to end in tragedy at the hands of a mysterious dark icon, Ifrit, setting him on a dangerous road to revenge. So basically, what pretty much everybody has been saying in their theory videos has come to pass. He is the brother of course, Joshua himself, who you see down there, and it's his job to protect him. Okay. Straight off the bat, we can see he's a skilled swordsman, which I like. Yeah. He's good at what he's done, and it's from hard work. There's no natural gifting or anything like that. He just worked at it because he didn't get basically the powers that they thought he was going to get. It also points towards the time skip, of course.
Yeah.
Something goes down. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought he was going to get... I'm not going to lie, I thought he was going to get Ifrit, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. But I don't know.
The thing is that in the artwork that we saw on the front page, that looks like Ifrit inspired armor.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
But if it's both coming from the same crystal, then it sort of makes sense.
Wait, but when you saw some of the gameplay, you saw him have like different powers. Like you saw him have like Titan arms.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, is he like? Because there's no one knows the dominant from. What is it called? That nation. Mm-hmm. We don't know what it is. Maybe he has like a power which can like use all the other ones.
It's potentially correct.
Since all of them are there.
That could be it. That could be it. Or maybe he just goes around getting blessings from each of the crystals so that he has that power.
Because you saw him with like lightning, saw him with the earth powers, saw him with the firearm in the thing.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Let's have a look at Joshua. So the second son of the Archduke of Rosaria and Clive's younger brother by 5 years. So my guess is that he's 15 here. This is just after he becomes the King's Shield, so 15 or 16. And here that will make him 10 or 11, Joshua. Joshua awoke as the dominant of Phoenix soon after his birth. I'm not sure what makes them aware of that, whether they get like a tattoo like the Lassie or whether I don't know, this glow. Joshua awoke as the dominant of Fiancé after his birth. Despite his noble upbringing, Joshua treats all his father's subjects with warmth and affection, none more so than Clive, whom he deeply admires. Joshua often laments that it was he, the frail and bookish younger son, who was granted command of the Firebird's flames, and not his stronger, braver brother. While Clive will gladly throw himself into danger, Joshua quails at the sight of a carrot on his dinner plate. But carrots become the least of his concern when he too is swept up into the tragic events that changed Clive's life forever. That carrot thing's weird. Because we had that thing with Noctis, isn't it? Reluctant princes seem to have a thing against vegetables. I don't know why. But I don't know.
Events that changed Clive's life forever.
Well, we get the impression that he's going to die. Joshua's going to die. Mm-hmm. That's the impression that's been given, but we don't know if it's for certain. My issue with this... Oh, look, this dog looks just like... Noctis. My issue with this is that it's setting us up to really like feel the pain when anything bad happens to Joshua. It's setting him up as this sort of weak, having to be rescued character, and I don't know how I feel about that. You know, part of the thing that I quite liked about Final Fantasy 15, if we did see the friends as brothers in a way, all right, they were all pretty, yeah, let's go for this sort of guys. Whereas when you see this sort of trope of, you have these two very different brothers, one the reluctant and one the up for it but never gets any of the stuff that she should get, it's sort of like, this has been done to death. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we had it to some degree with even Arden, where Arden was the older brother, and then his brother was the younger one who wanted the power and wanted to do something about it. And even then I was like, we've seen this. I don't know, what's your thoughts?
Depends. He's young, he's only 10. So, like, anything can change if he survives, that is. But yeah, anything can change.
True, he could turn dark. And then Jill Warwick. Born in the fallen Northern Territories, Jill was taken from her homeland at a tender age to become a ward of Rosario, securing peace between the two warring nations. The Archduke insisted that she be raised alongside his son, and now, at 12 years of age, she is as much a part of the Rossfield household as Clive and Joshua. Ever kind, gracious and unassuming, Jill has become a trusted confidant to the brothers. Now remember on the last page they said there'd been loads of war.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that the war probably stopped with the fall of her nation, which means there was a seventh nation. Unless it's one of the six there, which I don't think it is. Then that means that there was possibly a seventh nation, which means that there might be a crystal, an extra crystal out there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Or maybe not, and we just missed something from before.
It's in the north. What's in the north?
I know. Should I jump back to the world?
Yeah. Is there a crystal there?
Let me just control find and see if we can find north. Nope. Yeah, it's nothing north.
We'll go to the map. Let me just see the map.
So it could be this, or it could be something up here.
I think it's up there. Because where are they? They're here, innit?
Yeah, that's somewhere around here. Because I'm guessing that's the Iron Kingdom.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is their land, and then the north is up there.
Yeah. Interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Oh, I just realised something. This piece of artwork there, where this harsh line is, that's an actual crystal. And I know we said we're not going to go too deep into the theories and what all this stuff means, but we can't deny the fact that every single nation or every single crystal is a part of a dragon. So what is that leaning towards?
A whole dragon.
Which is?
Bahamut.
When all the crystals come together, they're going to make Bahamut, in my opinion.
That's what I thought. I was like, Drake, dragon.
Yeah. I really do like the way that these icons look though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. So there's not much, but loads can be read into the stuff. So I'm looking forward to really breaking this down.
Were these all the characters that were given?
That was it, just the three. Just the three. So
do you think this is gonna be
a
Final Fantasy where you have a party? Because from the looks of it and all the other things, I didn't see any.
It's not pointing towards a party at the moment.
I think it's
And-
gonna be more of he's a solo guy,
Yeah.
and there's like guys which come join him for a bit and come.
Sort of like guests in
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 12. And they act sort of like your party in Final Fantasy 15.
You know, like
I thi-
13 Part 3, where like sometimes what was it
Fang was with you for a bit, yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. And so people have been saying this could be a perfected version of Final Fantasy. No, they call Final Fantasy 7 the perfected version of Lightning's Return. Its battle system, isn't it?
Remake.
So this could be like a little bit of a growth on that. So yeah, could be the case. I mean, they've said it's going to be different.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, even though I was sort of against only having one character, I'm not minding it too much. Like as I'm starting to see the world that we're getting. If we go to enough places, then I don't really mind too much. If we get
reoccurring characters, it's fine.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. And I must say, with all the places that we got and the vast range, I see no reason. You know that my problem with how this is looking is that, and Final Fantasy as a whole, is that it's too homogenous. That everybody looks the same. Everybody is light skinned, and they all have straight hair. With all those nations, and the fact that we know that we've only seen people from 2,
Mhm.
and the third one, the dragoons, they were covered in armor. So from the fact that we've only seen people from 2, and there's a bunch of other nations, there's still a very good chance that we could get people that look very, very different.
Mhm.
Okay, so you know, I'm getting more excited. I'm a lot more excited than I was before.
Yeah.
So that's all for today. Let us know what you guys think after you peruse it and read through everything. We'd be really excited in hearing your theories below. Of course, we're going to be coming out with some more videos in the coming weeks, which will talk about the character sections and our theories behind that, and the same with the locations as well, because there's so much to break down here. So thanks for listening. Subscribe if you haven't already, and that's all for now. Until next time.